Hi, I'm Dr. Earl Brien. I'm an orthopedic surgical oncologist who has been practicing for over 25 years. Well, the most important thing is actually trying not to have to recover. I've started using this new product, Forme, which I'm currently wearing now. And this positions your back and your shoulders in a much more appropriate position, whether you're on the computer for 4 hours or whether or not you're seeing patients and or operating. And oftentimes I'll be operating for 8 to 12 hours a day. So the key is trying not to get fatigued, and the best way is appropriate posture, and this product Forme puts you in that appropriate posture right off the bat, as you can see right now. Well, I've seen I've worn Forme now for over a year. Originally, when I was first introduced to Forme, I was interested because of my fatigue after athletics. But then I soon realized that really I get more fatigued in the clinic when I'm seeing 25 to 30 patients in a day, or after a long day of surgery. So about a year ago, I started using Forme on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and I found out that my posture, but most importantly, my ability to function during the day and after was much better. I actually have tried one or two products before this, and they were quite uncomfortable, and unfortunately I couldn't stick with it. But with this product, because of the comfort as well as I think the look of it, which this easily goes over my scrubs during the day, particularly when I'm seeing patients, I think that this has been an ideal product, far better than the ones that I've tried in the past. I would definitely recommend it for people not only in the healthcare world, because we're in a position, particularly surgeons, in a very awkward position where the head moves forward and the shoulders kind of roll. This product actually is when I'm trying to do that, it pulls me back and reminds me. It's really a proprioception device, as well as something that will put you in the right position. So yes, I recommend it for healthcare professionals, particularly if they have any issues with posture, but equally important, anybody who's in front of a computer for a long period of time. I've noticed that when I'm in front of the computer for 3 hours or 4 hours doing my charting or other things on the computer, this allows me to do it, whereas sometimes I'll be fatigued within 20 minutes on the computer. So the first thing that when you put on this product, the first thing you feel is that the shoulders come back, and you know you're in a much more appropriate posture. If you look at a side view, you can see my shoulders are already, my scapula is already retracted rather than protracted. And because of that, right here, your neck is properly aligned to your shoulders, to your back, and you don't get the fatigue that oftentimes when you're working in something in front of you that you would get. Right now, I feel this pulling me back, so I can work in this fashion. And this is probably the single most important thing. It's teaching my body on a regular basis where my shoulders should be in space at all times. When I take this product off and I use a standard shirt or what have you, and I start sloping down again, I immediately know that I'm doing it because I've been in the appropriate posture for so long. If I can do it for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours during the day, I know when I'm not in good posture watching TV, and consequently I think this has helped me quite a bit for my neck. Well, Forme would be a great product for anybody who has problems with their posture, particularly neck and upper back area fatigue. Because of this, I would recommend it for patients, but particularly I would recommend it for anybody who's in front of their computer for long periods of time. It's interesting, Forme recently came out with some compression garments, and in surgery, we notice that 100% of the patients after surgery get inflammation. If you can compress a site and Forme now, their product, does compress a site. If you can compress a site, your inflammation would be reduced, your swelling would be reduced, and I believe your recovery time is better. So Forme has a new product line that I've actually used as well. Not as frequently, but I don't have particularly any low back problems. The Forme fitting compression pants are ideal for any type of procedure that has been done, where you have swelling or inflammation after that procedure, and you can reduce the inflammation, reduce the swelling, and improve recovery if you can accomplish that. In regards to the actual positioning of the compression garment, it's very similar to that of what I'm wearing now in the lower extremity, trying to position the pelvis in its relationship with the lower spine.